Guys, today we're going to teach you about the quotient rule.
The definition of the quotient rule is the method of finding derivatives of the quotient between two functions which derivatives exist.
Alright, so to use a quotient rule, you take the derivative of the numerator and then multiply it by the denominator, and then you subtract the derivative of the denominator and multiply that by the numerator, and then you take the denominator squared.
So the equation is x plus 4 over 2x minus 5. And to find the derivative, the best method would be using the quotient rule. Using the quotient rule, y prime would equal 2x minus 5, and then the derivative of the numerator, which is 1 plus 0 since that's 4, minus the derivative of the denominator times the numerator all over the denominator squared. The next step is to multiply the binomials to each other and leave the denominator, and then you simplify, and then once you simplify the top, you add and subtract, and you get negative 13 over 2x minus 5 squared.
Alright guys, our second problem for today is f of x equals 5x minus 1 over 6x squared plus 2. And to take the derivative of this, the best method would be to use the quotient rule. And so how we do this is we take the derivative of the numerator and multiply that by the denominator, and take the derivative of the denominator and multiply that by the numerator, and then we put this all over the denominator squared. And so when we do this, we get 6x squared plus 2 times 5 minus 12x times 5x minus 1 over 6x squared plus 2 squared. And so we simplify the top by multiplying these out, and we get 30x squared plus 10 minus 60x squared plus 12x over 6x squared plus 2 squared. And then we further simplify this by combining like terms. And then our final answer is negative 30x squared plus 12x plus 10 over 6x squared plus 2 squared.
4x. So it's the same thing with trigonometry. You would use the same thing. It's a normal quotient rule. So you would get the sine of 4x, which is the denominator, times the derivative of the numerator, minus the derivative of the denominator times the numerator, all over the denominator squared. So you would get, when you simplify, you would get 2x squared plus 4 times 2x times sine of 4x minus 4 times x to the 4th power plus 4x squared plus 4 times cosine of 4x all over the sine of 4x squared. And you further simplify by multiplying the binomials and you simplify, and your answer would be 4x squared plus 8x times the sine of 4x minus 4x to the 4th power minus 16x squared minus 16 times the cosine of 4x all over sine 4x to the 2nd power.